Hello and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How are you this evening? I hope you're well. I hope you've all had a great weekend. So, of course, tonight we have got a brand new painting workshop with Pascal Rosa, who is going to be painting Kalhana from the Drowned Earth.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody, and good evening, Monkey.
Good evening to you, sir. So, what are we painting tonight, then?
So we're going to do an elephant.
An elephant?
Yeah, it's an elephant with a really, really big gun. The Kalhana miniature from Drowned Earth. The thing is, and this is the fun part, I've never done an elephant. So that's the basic of it. Never done elephant skin. And if I wasn't me, I would go for plain gray tones, maybe a little blue in there. But you know me, I've got to delve a bit deeper, just a bit deeper in. And I found some pictures of real elephants, and there's actually a lot more color in there than I thought possible. So I'm going to try it out tonight. Pick some colors I will try to use, and then we'll take it from there. So I picked some colors first. I was looking for a brown with a bit of yellow in there already. And I tried a couple of different browns first, and just to see how it ended up when I tried to mix it with some off-whites like this. So this is Men of White from P3. But a lot of browns just turned pinkish, you know. Took out the yellows and made the reds more pronounced in the browns. But this brown, Tierra Earth from Game Color, Paleo Game Color, actually did the trick and made it more sandy look like. The yellow is still kept in there. Then I've got from Model Color, this is actually a lovely color, German Sea Black Brown, which is a really dark brown, near black, and I often use it for very dark shades in a lot of things. Then I've got some gray, a medium sea gray, just to give the first blush out of this Tierra Earth. Let's see how that goes. Then, of course, the off-white and some plain black. So this is the Tierra Earth, and I'm gonna mix it up with a bit of this gray, and I've done it already here. I'm gonna do it a lot more because I'm gonna need a lot. As you can see, it's actually pretty much the same color, but just a bit desaturated. I'm using a number 2 brush at the moment from Winsor & Newton. I picked it up at the Scale Model Challenge, and I'm really liking the tip. It's really sharp, and it's going to stay that way. I've been doing most of the details on the Cerberus miniature, which was really tiny. A lot of people ask me what size brush did you use for that? Was it a 000, 000? And actually no, it's this huge big number 2. Just fun to tell. I'm not being really tidy here, just trying to get an even coat on everything that's skin. So as I was hearing that Snowyak, you were gonna paint along. You've got the same model, so I hope you've come prepared with these colors as well, or something similar.
Yeah, I think Snow might have had a whole host of different greys all prepared.
Well, too bad. This is also the fun part about painting miniatures, the first bits. Of course, when you're cleaning the model and when you're prepping the model, you're gonna be meeting the model, you know. You're gonna see what a model is gonna look like in its entirety, how the details look, etc. Just only when you're putting in the first layers of paint, then you're really gonna see all the nooks and crannies and the difficult parts and the easy parts of the model. This is like a learning, getting to know the model as a person or as a character or something. It's really fun. So this is probably the brightest highlight. Well, not the brightest, but it's one of the brightest colors in the entire scene. So I'll just start to darken it out. I'm gonna take that really dark brown I did. I always forget the name, German black brown. And I'm just gonna mix it in. Maybe I'll try something out as well, like a bit of sketching. It's actually really not my cup of tea, but I've been doing this workshop on Scale Model Challenge with Marko Miladovic, and I've seen it a lot of times before as well, where these real good artists just sketch on first, really not being tidy. And then later on, they're gonna smooth things out. Maybe that's a good idea for me as well. But just try that out.
So it's definitely a character with a lot of spheres going on.
Oh yeah. Especially this is the fun part. So when looking at these elephant pictures, I'm seeing that their skin's all wrinkly and gray and crackled and whatnot. But then you've got his torso, which is really buff. But there's nothing cracked, nothing wrinkly. This is something completely different to ordinary elephants. I'm already figuring out that I should be going way darker already, especially underneath here. Like I said before, what I really liked about how they cast the miniature is the different parts. When you're trying to join different parts together, there's often this socket and ball type of joint, and well, sometimes it just doesn't fit well, or when you're trying to pin it, you've got to drill a hole into a bubble, into the ball side. And in this miniature, the thing is that the ball end still has a divot in there, which makes it very, very easy to drill a hole in there. And it's always centered into the hole that it's got to get into. This made pinning really, really easy.
Well, that's really good then. So that's very thoughtful design, isn't it?
Yeah. Never seen it before, so. Okay, this is the fun part. So we were talking about these spots and all, I'm gonna make a really thin glaze out of this darker shade. Just gonna do some. Oh, that's too big. There we go. Just some drops here and there. Somewhat like freckles or something.
Yeah.
I hope you can see the tusk here. This is somewhat what I'm looking for. It's really dark over here.
Yeah.
And this is a nice bright spot. Yeah, this is fun. Like I just said earlier, during painting, you're discovering so much of the miniature. I'm seeing these little bulges, little muscles starting to reappear. And just by giving them proper shading and getting those spheres out properly, you're gonna make them pop, make them really, really visible. Love it. Do some very light glazing with that same shade color. Not too blend in anything, but to tone down a couple of these big colors, big highlights. Like I said, this is the brightest color, but it shouldn't be overly visible. But yeah, we'll see more when I'm getting to next stages of shading. There's only going to be shading from here on. And at the end, maybe some bright spots for highlights, but it's really going to be small.
Because in effect, even though you're saying you're shading, to some degree, you're kind of putting the base coat in.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you could see it like that.
It's definitely an interesting sort of character, isn't it? I mean, I think as you said, you've never painted an elephant, and I'm trying to think, how many opportunities do you get to paint an elephant?
Exactly. When did I do that?
I mean,
how many did you do?
Well, I've done none. I'm just trying to think now that unless you were doing maybe historical wargaming of a certain sort of period in time, I suppose maybe British troops over in India, maybe they were on a mounted, that'd be the only instance, wouldn't it?
Or if you've done like a Mumak from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that would be it, yeah. Or Hannibal. Yeah, okay, everyone's coming up with all the ideas now when you can paint an elephant.
Enough opportunities. Right. I'm using pure German black brown right now. This is a part I really like, this back piece. When I'm doing the transitions, I'm gonna do them in these motions, and just get a little bit of structure in there that's similar to the way his skin would appear. You're gonna see these stripes a bit.
Snoyak saying here, Rakkar flesh works good with the original mix. That's an interesting one, because if I remember rightly, that particular, it's a sort of grey, a very light grey brown, but has some pink in it, doesn't it? I like that colour.
That's a very good statement of you, because I was focusing on doing these colours first, and so like sort of a grayscale in this color first. Then after this, I would do some glazing with different colors in to get some reds and maybe even some purples in there.
Ah, excellent.
A bit more interesting and a bit more lively. Do a bit of near black, just to get some real hard definitions in here. Yeah.
He's looking cool.
Yeah, I'm loving it already.
Yeah.
Still, there's got to be so much more color and so much more definition in there. But already starting to take shape, and at a certain point, the model is going to start coming to life, You're going to see the character of it. I'm liking these feet. They're darker than on top, Like I said, it's a sphere, darker here and there. Still, there's going to be just a little bit of light there to make it tie in with the rest. So this is stage 1.
He's looking great.
I might do some highlights later on. First, I'm going to try out those. No, let's do some highlights. I'm going to add some off gray, off white to the original mix. Let's see, let's get some gray in here. Yeah.
So the green skin Carnifex is saying, hey, the elephant skin is looking amazing.
Thank you. I hope to achieve is to catch the light directly into his face. Already working. I've got to be really careful about this color because it can really take out the yellow out of the original color. Seeing how lightly I'm using it. I'm going to do this a bit more heavy, the end of the trunk, because I know I'm going to do a lot of pink in there at the end. And I want it to be pretty bright for that. I'm going to use this as a like a primer function. Actually, this is working much better than I anticipated. Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's like I said, it's dulling down the yellowness in the model, but actually, on second thought, I'm really liking it. That it's dulling it, which makes it tending towards a gray tone much more, which is much more lifelike.
So the green skin Carnifex is saying, I've been using the sphere technique and also applying the dark areas where I want them in terms of the sphere rather than washes.
Yay!
Someone's listened, Pascal.
I've turned someone. Welcome to the sphere side.
That's it, yeah. Hashtag it's all about the spheres.
Right.
And how are you finding that technique then, Greenskin? Oh, it works. There you go. Answered before I even got the question out.
I've got the Druky Violet from Games Workshop. Got it right here.
Look at this.
There we go. But I'm not using it as a wash. I'm using it as a glaze. I'm even thinning it out with water. I'm gonna have it bleed out a little bit into the base color. So it's not only the shades I'm glazing, but also just a little bit of the base colors of these the skin. I'll be doing reds later on, and then some pinks, which actually are the reds. This is the fun thing when you're doing browns. I've shown this with the throne from the Dwarf Queen. That shading with pinks in there is it's enriching the brown. Just trying to get a little bit of red in there, just in spots.
So Snow's asking, have you finned the blood letter?
Yes. I almost always do that. Thinning even glazes, etc. It may take me an extra pass or two to get it right, the right color. But at least I've got the control, not the paint.
And Amadon saying, looks good so far.
You. I've created a little bit of pinkish tone here with the bloodletter glaze, some off-white from the P3, and then a really tiny bit of that original brown, the Tierra Earth. It's going to create a pink, still as a glaze, just to do some highlights on some red parts, like the knuckles. And there it is for tonight.
That's brilliant. That's really, really cool. Again, as we sort of said right from the start, you know, it's like, gosh, could be a very plain grey elephant, but it's far from it.
Exactly. I might do some quick tweaks here and there off camera as well, but we'll see. We'll be doing another stream with this model, I think, in 2 weeks' time.
I really look forward to seeing how he's going to develop, because yeah, it's and again, you've taken a totally unique direction on it, and it works so well, so well.
Let's hope so. Well, we've still got to see it in the entire scene, but I think we're going in a good direction.
Excellent. Right, awesome. Snick's just saying, great stream today, so looks like he's very happy. Greenskin Carnifex saying thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening, everybody, and thanks for watching, and see you in 2 weeks.
And so, thank you to Franku, Mini Axe Miniatures, and Casmania7 for joining the channel. Welcome to you all. Thank you for joining tonight. It's been great to meet and talk to you all, and hopefully we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But until then, bye-bye for now.